matter.
supposed to be on the court.
Giannis talked to him. Forget all that.
No, he was on the court.
So what?
The reason you think he said something, he probably know who his dad is.
Stop it. Giannis said something.
No, because he's on the court in his face.
So what? Everybody on the court.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
No, you cannot do that.
Giannis said something to him.
I'm happy for him and I'm happy for his son and I'm happy that he's happy for his son. That's how you're supposed to feel. But coming to me and disrespecting me and cursing at me, I think is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Okay? And it's the wrong question. There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful, some days you're not. Some days it's your turn, some days it's not your turn. And that's what's...
Y'all, Giannis just straight up aired out Shaq and clowned Tyrese Haliburton's daddy on national TV, and Shaq man tried to defend the wildest behavior we've seen from a fan/parent in years. This whole mess started with a championship loss and a grown man storming the court like it was his time to shine. But what really set it off was when Giannis said what none of the NBA heads wanted to admit: Haliburton's dad crossed the damn line, and Shaq's defending it is just plain embarrassing. Let me break down what really happened and why Giannis had to let Shaq know you're not going to gaslight me into thinking I'm the problem. Here it's Game 5. Indiana Pacers just beat the Milwaukee Bucks 119-118 with 3 seconds left. Emotions running high, players dapping up, coaches yelling. And then this man John Haliburton, Tyrese's dad, runs onto the court like he trying to check into the game. Ain't no security stop him. He walks up to Giannis onto Tacpo, holds a towel in his face with his son's picture on it. At that moment, Giannis was already standing alone, pissed, defeated, hands on hips. That's when Pop shows up talking reckless. Now, keep in mind, Giannis initially thought dude was just a fan. He even said, "At the moment, I thought he was a fan. But then I realized it was Tyrese's father coming on the floor, showing me his son's towel, saying, 'This is what we do. This is what we fucking do.'" That's so disrespectful.
Being a fan, which at the moment I thought he was a fan, but then I realized it was Tyrese's son, which I love. Tyrese, I think, is a great competitor. He was his dad, sorry. Coming in the floor and showing me his son a towel with his face. This is what we do, this is what we effing do, this the F we do, this. I feel like that's very, very disrespectful.
Now, this ain't just trash talk. Giannis hinted that if he really spoke on what went down fully, the league would definitely be involved. He said, "I don't want to drop all the details. I don't want to be a snitch. I come from the hood. If I open my mouth on what really happened,
Snitches get stitches." So I don't want to say something, for him to say to get fined or anything. But
low-key hinting on lawsuits, courtrooms, NBA bans. Giannis kept it low-key, but y'all already know that statement alone means something went way past the NBA's sportsmanship line. Now here's where it gets messy. While everybody's calling out Haliburton's dad for acting like a delusional fan, Shaq on Inside the NBA says he always be on the court. He just celebrating. Let him have his moment.
I don't care. He's always on the court.
He should not be on the court talking to other players.
Bro, Giannis said something to him. He didn't say
came up
nothing
to
to Giannis.
Giannis.
No, he did not.
No, that's not true. He couldn't have said
walking in the
anything
line
to
behind
him.
his son. No,
He
no.
should. What do you mean walking in line behind his son? He shouldn't be on the court. He didn't.
This man Shaq dead ass called Giannis soft for being mad, even said it's stupid that anyone got offended by a dad being hyped.
That's just stupid. That's just stupid for you to say that.
That's when fans started dragging Shaq online like heavy. Let that sink in the sun. Tyrese admitted his pops was wilding. "I don't think my pops was in the right at all. There will talk. That was unfortunate."
The emotions of the game just got excited there, but I talked with him, I'll talk with Giannis eventually about it. Just, I don't think that my pops was in the right at all there, and unfortunate, what happened in the end there. But
He even told the press he needs to let me play and stay in his seat. I'll come to him if we win.
But I think we had a conversation, and I think he just needs to just allow me to just play basketball, stay over there. I'll come to him.
Now that's how you handle grown man business. Tyrese didn't even try to defend him. Real respect to that. After all that the Pacers had a sit down, they told John Haliburton he won't be allowed at any more home or road games, at least for the foreseeable future. And he agreed, yet man banned from watching his own son in person. It was a decision made by the team. He understood. He accepted. Now here's what y'all don't know, unless you dig deep. Tyrese's mom might have smacked Giannis. Yeah, I said it. Pause this. Look at this angle. That woman right behind you on that swing, it ain't no cheer, viewers say. She low-key smacked Giannis in the heat of the moment. Wild. Was it intentional? Who knows? But if it was anybody else's mom, the headlines would be screaming, "Family attacks Giannis." Even after all that, the dude still gave John Haliburton a thumbs up as they walked away. That's how much he tried to stay classy even when he was disrespected and taunted after losing a playoff game. Now y'all thought it would stop after that. Nah, Shaw doubled down on live TV like he was ready to die on this hill. Next night on Inside the NBA, Ernie asked Shaq to clarify why he was defending John Haliburton's actions, and instead of backing off, Shaq raised his voice and got defensive. Chuck and Kenny tried to step in, but Shaq kept talking over everybody like he usually do when he wrong. But too stubborn to admit it. You could even see Ernie looking uncomfortable, like Shaq really out here condoning court stormers now.
He's not supposed to be on the court.
It don't matter.
He's supposed to be on the court.
Giannis talked to him. Forget all that.
No, he was on the court.
So what?
No, you think he said something? He probably didn't know who his dad is.
Stop it. Giannis said something.
No, because he's on the court in his face.
So what? Everybody
No,
on the
you
court.
can't do that.
So
No.
you think his dad was crazy?
No, his dad was 100%
Giannis is
wrong.
Bro, Giannis said something to him.
No, he did not.
He did.
No, he not.
Look, right there.
No, his dad is coming up to him. What is his dad doing on the court? His dad is not supposed to be on the court.
Dad is
You
always
can yell
on the
as
court
much you
every
want
game.
to. He's an idiot. If you think that's why you're an idiot.
The internet clapped back instantly. One user posted, "Not even sure what point Shaq is trying to make. Haley's dad was wrong. Literally all parties agreed it was wrong. What's exactly is Shaq defending here?" Another said, "Shaq's ego too damn big. He not defending Haliburton's dad. He just trying to flex on Giannis for being emotional." And here's the coldest one I saw. Shaq loud and wrong per usual. If Giannis kick Haliburton's dad, then what should not be on the court? He a fan, bruh. Reddit, Twitter, YouTube comments everywhere was full of people calling Shaq out. Folks even reminded him of the time he admitted to getting physical. Remember when Shaq revealed that he punched 5 people in the face in the 6 different teams he was in during his career? See, Giannis didn't go on a talk show or drop no sub tweets. He waited, then revealed. Being humble don't mean being silent. Keep talking, I heard you. People started connecting dots, saying this might be Giannis's way of saying, "You don't run this league anymore, stop protecting clowns." Shaq once said Giannis was better than he ever was at age 24, but the internet never let Shaq live that down.
To all the critics' questions, you're right. The kid was better than me at 20.
Okay, wait a minute. Do you need to see more, though? You're not saying he's better than you for his career.
No, he's 24.
Okay, at 24.
At 24.
Now that Giannis is full-blown MVP, a finals MVP, and one of the cleanest reps in the league, Shaq low-key salty about how much love the new generation gives Giannis. A fan on X put it like this: Shaq needs help. That take was so wrong. Clearly Shaq is very jealous of Giannis. See, this ain't the first time Giannis had to bite his tongue to keep the peace. And the more I look into it, the more I realize this man been holding back for years. Let's keep it a buck. Giannis been one of the most respectful dudes in the league, never stirred the pot, never ran to Twitter fingers, but now he's done being humble. When y'all crossed the damn line, and what Haliburton's dad did, that wasn't just some fan behavior, that was personal. Let's rewind to 2021 after the Bucks won the championship. What was the first thing analysts said? Giannis got lucky. That was a fluke. He only won cause KD's shoe was too big. Even after dropping 50 points in a closeout finals game, people were still doubting him. Now, let's talk about that line when Giannis said, "I come from the hood. I don't want to be a snitch."
Fingers, because in my neighborhood, snitches get stitches. So I don't want to say something, for him to say to get fined or anything. But it's not respectful. I talked with him at the end.
Y'all, that shook me, because that right there, that was a media-trained Giannis. That was real-life Giannis, the one who sold watches on the street, who slept in one bed with his brothers, who used to share sneakers with the NASA because they couldn't afford another pair. People don't know this. Back in Greece, Giannis dealt with racism, poverty, immigration threats, and still made it out. So when he said, "If I speak on what happened, there will be lawsuits," he meant it. He meant Haliburton's dad probably said or did some real wildish that would have blown this up way beyond basketball. Some fans even speculating that racial slurs might have been used. And you know what, I believe that's what's even wilder. No fines, no statement, no security protocol revision, nothing. If this was a random fan bro, they'd be banned for life. This dude ran up to a franchise player and got his face. That's assault if it ain't on TV. But because it's a player's dad, the league just looking the other way makes you wonder what would have happened if Giannis had reacted. What if he did push John Haliburton? You think the media would still be